I have always loved adventures. I've always loved traveling, chasing new places. I've made bucket lists for as long as I can remember. I've always loved adrenaline, which is why I snowboard, rock climbs, and why I just got my scuba certification. Throughout all my time chasing these big adventures and trying to see the world and do the things that make me feel alive, I've realized that adventure is everywhere. It's everywhere. No matter what you do or where you go, on any given day, there's always a way to add more adventure into your life. I have come up with 5 ways to add more adventure into your life. The first thing is to make a bucket list. You probably have 5 to-do lists sitting around your house right now with all those stressful things you have to do. Bucket lists are just fun versions of those. You probably have your lifelong bucket list with everything you want to do and accomplish in your life. You can make them for anything. And one kind of bucket list you should try is having one just for adventure days. So a smaller scale bucket list, just filled with things that you could do for an adventure day. Places you want to go, things you want to try, just everything along that, but just for when you have those few hours free on your list. Write out how far the drive time is, all those logistics, so when you do get those few hours free, you don't have to think about any of that. You can just pick somewhere off your list and go. The second tip I have for you is to have a packed adventure bag ready to go. So this is the backpack I use for everything. It's the High Tide backpack from Pure World, and I use it for everything. It's my school backpack, my work backpack, climbing, hiking, even traveling. Sometimes it's my carry-on, sometimes it's even my suitcase. This bag is used for everything. So having it just packed and ready to go isn't feasible for me, but with all those things, all those uses I use it for, I have a mental checklist at this point of just okay, I'm going on a hike, put whatever I usually use for a hike. I throw in a few snacks, hiking shoes, sunscreen, just all those random things that you'll use. If it works for you, if you have enough bags, maybe you buy 2 Pure World backpacks, which is a genius idea because then you can have them separate from your school and your adventure. The third one is to have your mellow time outside. So the odds are is that you spend a lot of time scrolling on social media, watching TV, all those objectively time-sucking activities. That's fine, you don't have to change any of that. Just do it outside instead. Instead of laying in your bed and scrolling on your phone, go lay on a blanket in the grass. Drive down to your favorite spot by the creek, or paint, or crochet, whatever you like to do like that. Just get in the habit of doing it outside. I started doing that a lot over the summer. I got really into painting. Again, I'd use this same backpack. I put some bottles of paint in here, some canvases, everything I use for painting. It all fit in here just great. And I'll just throw it on my back, walk to the park, holding my blanket, and then I'll just lay in the park. And it was amazing. And I was doing the same thing. I could have easily painted at my desk instead. I'd get to feel the sun and lay in the grass, see some flowers, look at some trees, And then the fourth one is kind of similar. Do your work or homework somewhere new. Instead of, again, just sitting at your desk or wherever you do homework, changing it up once in a while and going to a cute coffee shop. One of my favorites is I'll drive somewhere. I live in Colorado, so I'll take a little mountain drive and then pull off somewhere where I have a nice pretty view. I'll sit in my trunk and just do homework there. And it's amazing. On my study breaks or when I just get distracted, I have a pretty view to look at instead of the walls of my room or my phone. You can go sit at the beach or on a rock by the river or at the park, even just sitting out on your deck or in your backyard. Just making the small changes, sitting at your window and instead of looking at your phone on your study breaks, look up at the sky. It's just those little things. And with that, your well-being comes first. And that includes your education and working to support yourself. But at the same time, this life is for living. Even when those mundane things that you have to do are taking over most of your time, there's still so many ways to find adventure and find happiness and just squeeze every little bit of life that you can out of this life that we're living. And then the fifth and last one is to take the long way home. Whether that's you're driving home from work and there's a more scenic route, maybe it's even just taking the back ways. It's a little bit longer, but it'll be less stressful. Just take the long way home to give yourself a different scenery, make the drive a little more fun. Maybe there's a hike nearby wherever you work, like choosing a day and going to do the hike. Or maybe it's after work and you ask your favorite coworker or someone you don't really know that well to go have dinner nearby. This world is for exploring, so get out there and go see it and create that life that you've always dreamed of. It can feel overwhelming when you have these ideas of like, you know, these big grand adventures that you have to do, like these picture perfect social media lives. It doesn't have to be that. Take the pressure off of that and chase these little adventures and fall in love with all these like little parts about life. And I promise that adventure will just start flowing into your life before you know it, and you will love it.